This Halloween, you never know what's coming up.
Even on Halloween?
Especially on Halloween. I don't know what's coming up.
Oh my God.
Look what came up. Can you believe
48
it?
minutes of dogs barking, 48 minutes of dogs barking, 48 minutes of dogs barking, 48 minutes of dogs barking. Growl. Growl. 48 minutes of dogs barking, 48 minutes of dogs barking.
Hey, it's 48 Minutes of Dogs Barking. My name is Jason. This is Brian.
Hey.
Our special guest tonight joins us from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. He is CEO of Easy PR, a global tech and PR agency. He's written 2 books on the business of PR. This is How You Pitch and Fire Your Publicist. He's written for Deadspin, Scientific American, Business Insider, The Atlantic, and so on and so forth. He writes the newsletter, Where's Your Ed At? And he is the host of the new podcast, 15 Minutes in Hell. Please welcome 4-time returning champion, your favorite and mine, Mr. Bert Derner Nert himself, Ed Zitron. Ed, how the hell are you, buddy?
What's up? What's up, YouTube?
Hey, everybody. It's the Ed Zitron channel, yeah.
It's Speegee and the Wave, and like fucking the 16-year-old Gen Zer who is worth $72 million somehow.
I don't understand that shit.
I don't
That bothers
understand.
me.
I would say it was unfair if my life wasn't already stupid. So
Yeah.
I can't really complain. Okay, so I don't know why I just went into podcast host mode. Because
No, it's fine. Hey.
Let's start leading the conversation. Oh boy, yeah. It's like when you're walking around someone else's home and you start leading for some reason.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, the bathroom's over here. And you're like, no, it's not actually.
Start pissing in the washer.
I only do that when I'm really, really upset.
Yeah, exactly. They need to put up Fellaway for you. But for you, it's Fellaway.
2 L's, yeah. So, Ed, this week, Israel has broken so many brains online, and
Okay.
it's insane. Some of the stuff you see, like an angry McDonald's customer saying the Jews control the McChickens.
What?
Yeah, so this McDonald's customer posted a TikTok where they had a problem with their McChicken.
Right, of course.
Well, the problem was the McChicken came in a blue and white wrapper. So she goes in, she notices the blue and white packaging. She goes in and asks the person at the desk, why is it blue and white? Do you support Israel? and the employee is just baffled. I don't know what the hell. What? This is just the old wrapper. What do you mean? And it's a minute and a half of this woman haranguing this guy.
What
I mean-
are they angry about? Are they angry about the fact that it's Israeli?
Apparently, they're angry that the McChicken is Israeli coded. Yeah, and they think that it's like the official sandwich of the IDF. I don't know.
So wait, but I'm confused as to what their issue is. Is their issue that like McDonald's is woke now? Like I
guess it goes like part and parcel with the Zionist McChicken conspiracy.
Wait a minute. There's a
I'm
Zionist?
also not familiar with that one.
I don't know either. I think this is just someone whose brain has been coated in fluoride and can no longer make a coherent thought from all of the ivermectin they've been eating.
Yeah, they've been just
yummy.
by the tube full. Right,
That's the
into,
good
you know.
stuff.
Oh yeah,
You know it's good because they give it to horses, and horses are expensive.
it's apple flavored.
Yes, they
so-
are. Stable fees? Get out of here. It's more expensive than owning a boat.
Which, of course, you need to keep your horse on. So
Where else is he going to sleep? I mean, come on, guys.
My horse is very picky.
He loves the water.
I need a 40-footer with a 600 horsepower, 8-valve inline.
Because that's where he feels safe.
Had to reupholster the interior because it was a little quote unquote dated for the horse.
Right.
he's actually a huge prick.
He was insisting on getting all Zeiss lenses for the cameras. He's just very, very
He
particular.
needs monoprice cables for some reason. Like you got him Amazon Basics ones. He's like, no.
Take these back.
this
Actually,
shit.
don't take these back. He just throws them into the ocean.
Which is impressive because he does not have opposable thumbs.
No.
Oh.
Just grips
Well, he
them
throws them
even-
with his mouth.
Yeah.
That makes more sense in this sensible, otherwise rational example we've come up with.
Everything we were talking about was feasible up
Until that
point.
moment, at which point,
Yeah.
really just jump to the shark, which the horse can also do.
That is the woke Mr. Ed reboot that we're going to get next year on Max.
It would be MX Ed.
He's a BIPOC.
Yeah, of course. Comes out with a Palestinian flag on the first episode. More Israel madness, of course, spreading further and further. MLBshop.com put up this ad, and this was an ad I also saw on Facebook, but I did not get a screen grab of it. This one, I'm Bill Ray did. Thank you, Facebook. This will be the perfect way to show my MLB fandom. It's a snapback with the Israeli flag on it.
Now, to be fair, and I'm giving the slightest bit of fairness here.
Okay.
There were a couple pre-MLB teams way back in the day that had something like the Star of David as like their logo. I do not think this is that.
This is
I
not that.
really don't want to look as to why they have that logo, though.
I don't know.
Based on the fact that baseball's been around quite a while, and that
Yeah.
traditionally our people have had the Star of David put on things for many reasons. Mm-hmm. Gotta wonder if that was baseball being nice or naughty.
I think this was a nice thing. I think this was
That's good. I'm sorry, the modern thing is, but if there's an old team that had it, I would be worried.
That one, yeah, that's where you're in the
Well,
questionable
yeah.
area. Yeah.
Well, I don't think back in what the 30s or 40s they were like, oh, we've got to make sure people know Jews are on this team for a good reason, like because they
Yeah.
love them. Like,
This is listed at MLB Shop as men's new era blue Israel baseball 2023 World Baseball hat. So I mean, it is
yeah,
like
the word "new era" in there is hitting a little different.
yeah. Oh boy.
Oh man, we're getting ourselves into some
Oh man.
ruddy water.
oh boy. Here's a fun one. Greta Thunberg. You're familiar with Greta Thunberg, the autistic young lady, a bit of a climate activist. She posted a photo with a bunch of friends and her holding a sign, "Stand with Gaza," and then over her shoulder there is one of these octopus toys.
God damn! I fucking just want to God.
You know where
fucking
this is going. Yeah.
Damn it! Fucking hell!
Yeah.
This fucking shit. I saw this shit and I was just like, how goddamn dare, like fucking.
Right. It's absolutely
couldn't- yeah.
maddening. Yeah, because they're saying, "Oh, well, it's an anti-Semitic trope." It's like, no, that's a thing for autistic people. Come on, man.
It's a fucking octopus, you idiots. Jesus fucking well, not in our case, but
Right, but I agree. I'm with you on this one. It's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Any depiction of an octopus or a squid is, automatically
just
anti-Semitism.
watching
So-
the Penguins of Madagascar movie where John Malkovich plays an octopus called Dave the Octopus and just fucking losing it.
yeah.
What the fuck?
What is this
John
fucking
Malkovich
movie?
is Jewish. What?
Right, like, what the hell?
I actually did not pre-check that.
We don't do any fact checking on the show. We're just gonna.
Do a little bit of live fact checking here on the pod.
He was born. He's from Montenegro.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just.
He was born in a tax haven.
All right.
Do you think he was born as like a
Gosh,
tax
he really wanted to get one of the most advantageous passports real early.
Gotta have it.
Go where you're treated best.
I actually do not know. I thought he was, but I've just believed that for a while.
Sure.
I'm
Let's go
not
with
sure
that.
who to apologize for. Myself. I'm always apologizing.
No need for that on this show.
No, that's not what we do here, lads.
We don't. Yeah, as I say, we don't do this. The other thing that really caught my eye was the ad campaign. Hamas redefines evil. Ed, have you seen these?
No.
It is Thanos and Voldemort.
Cool.
Yeah, looking at their cell phones.
Yeah, I
What?
just in my mind, I just feel like Voldemort's being goat seed or tub girled by Hamas.
Yeah. They
Like he's just seeing a gross picture and it's like Beacock or something.
right.
The Thanos one gets me because it's like, what did it cost? Half of Gaza. Was it worth it?
It's just
God,
it's ridiculous. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
Oh boy. Somebody also did one, of course, with our new favorite Billy from Saw, the puppet.
Is the puppet called Billy?
The
The
puppet is
little
called
puppet
Billy.
with the swirly cheeks.
Yeah.
Is called Billy.
And this
It's
is
called Jigsaw.
Jigsaw's the guy who controls the puppet.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I
Damn
know.
it.
I know it's labyrinthine. We've talked about Saw. God, the past
I've never
month
seen
or
these
so.
goddamn movies, but I thought the puppet was called Jigsaw.
No. So the guy who's doing all the killing, that's Jigsaw. The puppet is named Billy.
Just
Of all these people you decide to fuck
Billy?
with, you decide to fuck with Israel?
Yeah, I know, Billy. The
Billy.
least threatening name, that you
Billy.
could possibly have for that
the
puppet.
name that Stan gets called by his grandfather in fucking South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Billy.
Yeah, I don't remember things I need to remember, but I do
Right.
remember that.
Same here. I couldn't remember my phone number the other day, and I've had the same phone number for 20 years.
Damn, that's so good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It fucking hit me. I was like, oh,
Sweet.
what is my number?
That's when you know. That's when you know shit's good.
Yeah.
Everything's going right. It's like when your grade school teacher asks you like what your address was, and
And
you're
you
like,
just blank.
I have no fucking. But that's you as an adult.
Then you say, I love you instead of thank you.
Next thing you're going to actually call your boss mom.
Oh, fuck. Well,
That's a good one. I don't know if that one happens, but I'm now going to assume it does.
well, my boss is a woman that's like a couple years older than me. So I mean, that's
My boss
not
is my
outside-
mother.
Well, yeah. that is not outside the realm of possibility that I will now, because it's been implanted in me by Brian, that I will now do that on some
You're
random
destined
like,
to fuck up.
Slack channel. Yeah, it's gonna happen. But this whole thing of like Hamas redefines evil, and it's all these villains from like horror movies and Marvel shit, where it's like, yeah, okay, I get what you're doing, but it's fucking Reddit brain. Stop this. This is
It's not even Reddit brained. It's like Reddit in 2012 brained.
Yeah.
That's like Hot Topic brained.
Yes. Okay.
It's not even like relevant. Certainly not trenchant in insight. It's just like these guys bad and these guys bad too. I mean, like if we're really gonna get technical about it, we got Thanos and we got Voldemort in this case.
Right.
Which of those resembles Israel and which of those resembles Palestine? Really want to break this one? I really want to fucking think about that one for a second, because I'm going to say that the one that organizes a special school for a noxious purpose, claiming that he's doing good in the world, but is in fact the one that's doing bad in the world and actually trying to undermine the existence of another people. Specifically to acquire a, honest to God, having watched the Harry Potter movies and read the books, not sure what his actual goal was in the end, cannot remember. Anyway, one of those is Israel, one of those is Palestine here. I was about to say
I think just to
Palestine,
get rid of muggles,
which
yeah.
is good.
Sure. R.L. Stein.
Earl Stein.
Krasenstein,
Hey! Yeah. Crass and Bros.
they died.
time.
They were killed in a boat accident.
This
Their
is,
horse
I'm
lived.
hearing this for the first time. You're
I
just
got
telling
in.
me this
I got
now.
in a lot of trouble the other day because I wrote about this NFT thing called Doodles, which is
Oh,
just,
yeah.
it's exhausting. And I went in their Discord and I said, so the main character in it's called Hap, and I said, tragic news, Hap has been killed in a car accident. And no one responded for hours, and then so I was just like, shut up, Bellend. I'm like, just like.
That's fucking perfect. I
Like,
love
why
that.
are you offended also? Like, this
doesn't mean anything to you.
The Adventure
Yeah.
Time ripoff I love that I paid $2,000 for some reason. Someone said he died in a driving his Ford Escape over the Verrazano Bridge. I assume Hap lives in Staten Island or commutes to New Jersey from there. Like, it's a rich lore behind Doodles.
The fact that might be true, I have no idea. I'm not gonna look this up. So
Yeah,
Well, he does. I do not know. I just can't. I'm also hearing this for the first time.
yeah, it's all new to me, man. I don't know.
Can you imagine if Trump was in power right now? The shit he would be saying. He would say something anti-Semitic almost immediately. He would he would claim something about Jewish people that was so outlandishly untrue that no one, like, he would somehow have a bipartisan force against him for the first time in his political career.
They sleep at the bus stop, folks.
Have you ever seen one eat horseradish? They love this stuff.
Yeah, it's something. It's not even something like offensive. Just like very.
Yeah, just
They
something
won't
just
take the bus.
stupid.
They refuse to take the bus, but they love to sleep there, don't they? Folks?
They shake hands for too long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, very long, very wet handshake. Like, just
Folks, you've ever had their weekend stew? Not good.
Yeah.
the wine is not very good.
You think wine from stolen land would be delicious, but it's not.
Many of them, they say they support woke causes, but the wine is called Manischewitz. It's just like this really confusing ramble. I mean, like that's the Trump special, really. It's the very confusing tangent
like-
that at the end of it, you're like almost unsure if he knows what he means, because you certainly don't.
Yeah, because I kind of followed like half of that. I don't.
Yeah, it's like your friend who's really drunk, but very drunk, but like has something really wrong, but it's not obvious what it is. So you're like, yeah, they did that. I think, just like hanging on to the like a detective.
Yeah, you're trying to pull that thread
Piece
like,
together
okay,
why it is they're angry at Bobby.
that fucking Bobby, man, he fucked me. Okay, yeah, well, why?
Oh, really? He did this, right? He did it. Yeah.
He took my ICP CD.
Yeah, it took the ice out of the fridge. What? Okay.
And then he kicked it under the fridge, that son of a bitch. Yeah, just, I don't know what the hell. Kicking the ice under the fridge. That's the old Jesse Farrar special. Well, speaking of the GOP and Trump and all the nonsense going on there, the Virginia GOP, apparently so desperate for any kind of edge in House District 57, they are now, and this is real, they are now sending through the mail porno.
Okay.
So one of the Democrats...
That's interesting. Let's hear them out.
So one of the people running against their candidate in District 57 out there in Virginia, Suanna Gibson, did some work on OnlyFans. She was an OnlyFans model. She did some porno. And so now the thing that they're doing is they're sending out in these big envelopes that say, like, do not open if you're under the age of 18. Warning, explicit material. But then it says paid for by the Republican Party of Virginia, Inc.
Cool. Okay.
And so apparently they're sending out stills from her porno work and be like, this is who's going to be representing you in the district.
You know there's going to be a good amount of people who are like, nice.
Yeah, just like
I would be
sick.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, thanks
All right,
for letting me know.
Wow. I feel like I'm a really informed voter now.
Yeah, I'm going to take a closer look.
I got to inspect this really carefully.
I'm doing my own research.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let the lamestream media order me around on this one. I got to get into the guts of it.
Ed, you've been on the show. We've talked about Elon Musk at length.
Who?
But yeah,
Just a really good bit.
You know the guy. You know that one guy.
It does the thing.
You know, the guy who does tunnels.
Oh
Don't work.
yeah.
You got to choose something that's like real, that like technically true, but they are not absolutely not known for. Like by
the
most people.
flamethrower guy.
Yeah, the one who made that tequila.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that guy. Oh,
Yeah, like
how's he been?
like the Rock. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What's he been
exactly,
up to?
Exactly like the Rock.
So an account, a verified account on Twitter. I'm never calling it X. Fuck that.
I've
sorry.
written like 40,000 words since he's renamed it. I just won't do it.
No.
They still call it Twitter. Like fuck that.
And I gotta give a special props to your latest one, by the way. The latest Where's Your Red At? It's called Junk Bond Trader. Anytime that you can combine an Elliott Smith reference and dunking on Elon, I'm there.
Well, someone actually got annoyed at me for that. They were like, "You
Really?
cover Elon Musk too much," and it's just like, mate. You don't pay me for this. Don't make...
Right.
I even deliver it to your inbox. Like, fucking hell. What do you want from me? Suck you off while I'm there? If I have to, I will. No. It's just like this very elaborate conversation I have. You want me to marry you? I'll marry you.
Coming to your house.
Give me an address. I want to thank you.
Thank you personally with my mouth. All right, so...
It was my special doll, Billy.
Oh God. I wonder if they're gonna come out with a Billy the Puppet fleshlight.
I would put money on it. It's already out there. I'm sorry.
How annoyed would you be if you were like getting your business cut off because in a macabre series of events done for the entertainment of a sick man, and then you find out the guy doing it like the doll is called Billy?
Oh, I'd be so pissed.
Fuck,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you want at least do me in with a cool sounding puppet called like the Eviscerator or something.
Yeah.
Or even Jigsaw. Jigsaw's creepy. What a weird
Yeah.
name. Oh, Murdered by Jigsaw. That sounds good. Murdered by Billy. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's. Again.
Oh,
If that's how I don't even know what happens there. There's some teddy bears. They don't look good.
yeah.
It's actually that's gone into a Donald Trump bit. I don't like it there.
Folks,
Folks are spending way too much time at Freddy's.
they called it the bite of 87. It was the
They keep
worst
reiterating on it, and I just don't get it. Now I'm sounding like Jimmy from South Park.
Yeah, the Jimmy from South Park or Joe Biden.
thing. Yeah.
You got out there, you gotta get out there, you see this teddy bear. He don't look good. Angry little teddy bear.
You serving your pizza and ice cream?
Is that what happens? Is Five Nights at Freddy some sort of pizza scenario?
I don't know if you're familiar with it, but there was a series of pizza restaurants in the Midwest in the 80s and 90s called Showbiz. Now, Showbiz was a big deal. That's where the idea kind of originated. There was I'm sure you're familiar with the name the Rockefeller Explosion.
I mean, I am not.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Is
Yes,
what
I'm familiar with that
Showtime
one. The
became.
strange.
Showbiz was the other one, and Showbiz had an animatronic band called the Rockefeller Explosion.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so the band would play whatever pop hits of the 80s were, and then they'd come out and they'd do like, oh, it's your birthday, here's your pizza, here's the thing. It was the exact same thing as Chuck E. Cheese, called Showbiz. It shut down because Chuck E. Cheese got too big, and they started just like taking over.
And also, I imagine the rat robot music market is not huge.
Yeah, it's kind of a diminishing
It's not what it
returns
used to
kinda
be,
deal,
folks.
Yeah. It's not one where there's going to be longevity.
You don't need two places to go for that.
No, you do not. And so all the Rockefeller things got repurposed into Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. But somebody who worked on that video game went there, got freaked out by the animatronics, and made this whole video game series about what if those animatronics were nasty little goblins who killed people. That's the whole thing. I still think the best version of it was done with Nicolas Cage. It's called Willy's Wonderland. It was the same concept, but it's got Nicolas Cage in it. So you're gonna watch.
He
one.
doesn't. He speaks like 2 lines the whole entire movie.
Yeah,
well.
and it's great.
He's really working an angle there.
That reminds me, but I've decided that when I want to ruin my life next, I'm going to go on Twitter and talk about Mandy. I'm the only person alive who didn't love it.
No, you're
Similarly,
not.
I'm the only person alive who had a bad experience with Keanu Reeves. So, I mean...
You're not, because I actually, on Something Awful, there's a Halloween horror movie thread, and somebody was bitching for like 2 whole pages about Mandy. And so you're not the only one.
Dang, that guy tried to commit suicide. Jesus.
He definitely really dodged a bullet. I kind of thought he was going to eat some probes, but nothing happened to him.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Mandy. I don't love it like I don't love it like people did, but like it was fun.
I enjoyed it. That's the one thing I would not describe it as. I just didn't have a good time. And I realize that's not the point, but I can have a good time watching like a grim fucking movie. But it just like, I really like the weird cult shit. I thought that was like a fucking scary horror movie thing. That was I was like, this is an interesting movie. I like how it's filmed. I like how like they're setting up these bad guys to be truly awful. Like, I loved how claustrophobic it felt. And then it becomes this weird monster movie.
Yeah.
Which is, I get why people would enjoy that. I'm like, these 2 bits don't seem connected. If they did, I would probably like it.
Yeah,
but
I can see that.
I just felt like the movie fell apart in this very extreme way. And then the only people I saw talking about it were those people who write movie titles in all caps.
Uh-oh.
No.
It feels like you're coming for me on that one.
Well, do you do that? Why do you do that? Maybe you can answer me why people do that. Is there a reason?
I think it's just an old-timey holdover from print media, from when you would have to do it in order to kind of get into the AP style guide. I don't know that that's the style guide anymore for AP, but that used to be for a while.
Yeah, I was taught in my first job in public relations, they gave me an AP style book. I learned it pretty well, and then the moment I didn't have to use it, I actively ignored the parts of it. I actually like almost went out of my way to not follow style.
Yeah.
And then eventually I would have to use it again. I'm like, shit, I actually needed that for some reason, didn't I? God damn it.
Yeah, I'll dig through the trash for it. Yeah. Yeah. I keep it around every once in a while because, yeah, the style guide has actually changed, too. So, like, the old one did say, anything like that is all caps. Well, now, because you can do italics a little bit more easily, now that's going to be an italicized title.
Which makes sense.
You can italicize things on social
media. You can italicize things on Twitter if you pay for Twitter Blue, so your posts can get formatted like a fucking front page.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So your post can look completely terrible.
Yeah.
In a way that makes the website look completely incoherent. Even the most dog-brained designer would look at that design and say, damn, Elon, that's colossally fucking stupid. Why in the world would you do that, Elon Musk?
And he goes,
it's epic. It's so epic.
So I'm sure you've seen, speaking of Elon, the Cybertruck photo where the guy apparently shot it up with some sort of Tommy gun.
I thought that was a made-up thing. I'm going to go watch that right now.
The account is at Teslanomics.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah. Fucking epic.
Okay, so this is very weird. Like, what caliber rifle was that? Like,
well, that's what I was saying. Like, it's got to be like a 22 or something. This can't be.
Yeah,
anything
that doesn't make. Even if it was this ultra powerful truck. Okay, so that's the side of it. Who shot this fucking truck? Also, isn't that a crime? Aren't you not meant to fucking just unload a gun into a car? You're not meant to just let a firearm off. Yeah, fucking get it. You're not meant to just unload your rifle willy-nilly, higgledy-piggledy, and so on and so forth.
I think that's the beauty of America is that you can sometimes get away with shit like this.
But also, what kind of fucking idiot
Yeah, I
would
got
do
myself a Tesla truck, and I don't shot. Look at that motherfucker looked sweet.
That'd be actually the coolest thing that's happened with Tesla. But on top of that, right. But okay, I now have a lot of problems. You got me thinking about this. So this is one of like the, 3 Cybertrucks out there?
I think there's a couple dozen right now.
Okay, there's a couple dozen of these, so your first thought is, I'm going to shoot at it with a gun.
A little fun fact here is that apparently a lot of them are not recharging.
No.
So they're being towed away from like the Tesla charging stations.
Damn.
That's epic.
Yeah, that's actually
looking into this.
That's known as epic. But also the Tesla support person's just like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yeah,
we tried to stop him. And as you should know from reading literally anything about this man, he does not listen to anyone, including himself.
No.
So,
yeah.
But why would you shoot this fucking truck that you now cannot get repaired from a company that already does pretty piss poor repairs?
Right.
Also, if it's a Tesla, so I'm going to tell you something. I've said occasionally, but I'll say I have driven 3 Teslas. I went from a Model S in like 2014 to another Model S in 2015. And I was in a terrifying car accident. I did not drive for several years because I was kind of fucked up from it. Then I drove a Model X, then I drove another Model X. Let me tell you something. These trucks, these cars, these fucking things, they're all the same. They're the same thing. They're the same thing since 2014. But one feature of all Teslas that blows particular arse is that they are all the least sustainable vehicles ever. If you break one part of a side of a Tesla, you need to replace the entire goddamn side of it.
Yeah.
This is probably a $40,000 repair. If this let me go look this up. I want to see something. Okay, Tesla owners, Silicon Valley. So this is someone who saw it on the highway, actually.
Because their post is, honestly, I don't know how the competition isn't shitting their pants seeing the Cybertruck surviving this kind of testing.
Okay. Just a few things right now.
I can interject. I think part of the reason why this has occurred is because one of the, no pun intended, one of the bullet points when the Tesla truck was introduced.
Oh wait, no. Elon Musk said we emptied the entire drum magazine of a Tommy gun into the driver door, Al Capone style. No bullets penetrated into the passenger compartment. Yeah, mate, because it looks like you shot it with a fucking Nerf gun. If these were 223, straight up, if these were 223s,
Yeah.
even 9mm, they would at least expand more. And 223 would rip through this fucking thing. I do not give a shit. Also, if I was the CEO of Tesla, one thing I'd be intimately aware of is how much they love to explode. I would not want to shoot one with a fucking gun.
That's fair. Yeah, that's
Why would
absolutely
you?
fair.
I'm trying to. This wasn't a Tommy gun. Like, this must have been a 22.
Well, there was a joke going around like, yeah, somebody hit with an airsoft rifle. So
Honestly,
that feels right. Yeah.
I'm gonna send this to a gun expert friend of mine and see what he sees. Like, yeah, it's a 22. It's definitely a 22. Without a doubt. I don't even need to check.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, yeah, somebody peppered
But
this.
also, Elon did this shit, and he's got them fucking driving around. Imagine if that's your car that you have to drive.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for a minute to, like, I don't know, take it to the repair shop so you can have the dents removed from the Tommy gun.
Was he standing a football field away? I don't know.
I write about this guy fairly often, as you well know.
Yeah.
And I'm still surprised by how fucking annoying he is.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is some annoying little brother shit. Like, deeply uncool little brother who's like, oh, well, you know what we should do is shoot the car with a gun. What the fuck are you talking about? This is why I never bring you to parties, Johnny. You fucking talking about shooting the side of a car? What are you talking? Are you insane?
He must have seen that scene in Mean Guns and thought like, yeah, this is the thing we're going to do.
Is that a Lindsay Lohan movie, right?
No, that's Mean Girls.
Mean Guns.
Mean Guns. It's an old
Ken
one. It's
Loser,
got,
we're going shooting.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, exactly. On Wednesdays, we wear camo. Yeah, that's how it works.
Also, who does this appeal to other than fucking children? Who is also doing this? Who's
Weird libertarians, which is I feel like a bulletproof vehicle for the sort of people that buy Teslas is a little scary.
It really is just a thing that would impress a child, because it's like, where are you? Oh yeah, it's bulletproof. Okay, you're gonna get shot up in Walgreens, like.
Well, this is America, Ed, so, I mean, you might. Yeah.
Yeah, where am I driving? A school? Like, Jesus.
Oh!
Like, fuck it. No, seriously, it's like, this is just, it looks like it's a 45, because apparently that's, and this quoting a friend, like, it's apparently not a particularly penetrating round. It's just, why? For what reason? What is this proving? Other than... Also, why are you driving it around? Do you think he was like, yeah, go drive it around so someone takes a video?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Well, if we got this on Valleywag.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Elon, and why are we doing that? What? And he's like, oh, okay. I'm going to lose my job.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose my job if I tell Elon Musk that he can't drive this heavily dented vehicle that looks like it's from the game Another World. Around Palo Alto.
You're not wrong, though. That's the thing that really fucks me up. Yeah. Well, speaking of geniuses, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, you remember Golden Boy Nate Silver? Nate Silver 538?
him.
Yeah. Well, apparently he's not enough of a genius to not get his shit hacked.
It'd be so funny if he got hacked and he started just having normal opinions.
No, sadly he's doing the 10 MacBook spam, that old stuff about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also, however, if you're the kind of guy who goes online and you're like, oh, Nate Silver's giving me a free MacBook, you deserve to have your money stolen.
And free Hamilton tickets.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
And your bow tie starts spinning. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
Nate
Wowzers.
Silver's my new best friend.
Your hat kind of flies off your head for a second, like it's Archie. Yeah. You're wow.
It's crazy how like far he fell though. Like 538, like there was a period of time that they were like rock stars.
Oh yeah.
And now
2008 and onward, fuck man, you couldn't
Nate
touch
Silver
him.
is just discredited. He went on the lab leak theory for a bit.
Oh yeah,
like a divorced dad buying a Harley Davidson.
yeah, absolutely. Oh,
He's like, I'm still got it. I'm still cool.
No, you don't.
He should have embraced how uncool he was. Like a Nathan J. Robinson or whatever.
Yeah, because there's really only two tracks you can go with that. Either you just like, yeah, fuck it, I'm this is me, or you can go like, no, I'm secretly still cool, guys. Come on. Guess which one he went with.
Well, that's what Scott Galloway tries to do. That he tries to be like, yeah, I'm cool. He does this thing where he's like, yeah, the dog thinks this is like, you are a white fucking NYU professor, mate.
The dog.
You are scared of any kind of dog, let alone people who use that phrase. And we know which people you're thinking of. They're the ones you cross the street when they're on the same side of the street as you.
Jeff Tiedrick ass dude, yeah.
At least Jeff Tiedrick, like he stuck to the script, all right? Mm-hmm. Jeff Tiedrick never tried to pretend he was anything other than just the most loathsome, horrifying little like #resistance guy. But you know what? He was inoffensive. I say it like he's dead.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Jeff Tiedrick. Yeah.
R.I.P. He was killed by a piano falling out of a window. He said "Gadzooks" and then it crushed him. As an aside, I was thinking about the Cybertruck earlier when I published that thing as well. You gotta laugh that the Cybertruck is also the first product he really designed. Like, this is his baby, and it sucks bad. Like, it doesn't
Real bad.
It looks like shit. It's horrible and expensive to produce. It's like this. No one likes it. Not a single human.
Apparently, the body design doesn't shift with the road. It doesn't. It's too stiff. So,
Wait,
yeah, because it's a unibody and it's stainless steel.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any give to it. It doesn't have any bend. So apparently, even just taking like a really slightly aggressive like left turn like causes the body to like shift in its center of gravity. It's just
the whole thing tips over. Like,
like it seems like it. Yeah.
Oh,
but also, this is like his fucking legacy. This is his Death Star. Like, this is this is the time he's been allowed to take the training wheels off and design his thing, and it's so bad. It's so bad. It's not even a little bit bad. Like, even the dumbest goon is kind of like, wow, this looks dog shit.
Right.
What are you?
What is happening here? Yeah.
Also, a friend suggested that those holes could genuinely have been caused by paintballs.
Yeah.
Fucking slingshot. We decided to do the David and Goliath test.
Well, speaking of Elon scams and whatnot, it's time for the crypto scam of the week.
You're listening to 48 Minutes of Dogs Barking, the podcast.
And now it's time for the Crypto Scam of the Week.
Well, the New York Attorney General filing suit against Gemini Genesis and Digital Currency Group, aka DCG, a group of companies. Gemini, of course, the Winklevoss twins co-founders.
The Moist Brothers.
The wettest boys in town, folks.
The River Twins.
The only boys born in the river. Yeah, so the New York Attorney General is coming down on all three companies at the same time. This courtesy, of course, Molly White, Web3 is going great, but also the New York State Attorney General site, courtesy of Letitia James. This here, a couple days ago, New York Attorney General Letitia James today filed a sweeping lawsuit against cryptocurrency companies Gemini Trust, Genesis Global Capital, LLC, and its affiliates Genesis and Digital Currency Group for defrauding more than 230,000 investors, including 29,000 New Yorkers, of more than $1 billion. An investigation by the Office of the Attorney General found that Gemini lied to investors about an investment program it ran with Genesis called Gemini Earn. Gemini repeatedly assured investors that investing with Genesis through their Gemini Earn program was a low-risk investment. That turned out to be not true. The lawsuit alleges that Gemini knew Genesis's loans were undersecured and at one point highly concentrated with one entity. Guess where?
Almeida?
Alameda! That's right. Sam Bankman-Fried's
She
Alameda.
left of her own accord.
So the lawsuit there charges Genesis, of course, its former CEO, Soichiro Moro, parent company DCG, and Barry Silbert with defrauding investors, trying to conceal more than $1.1 billion in losses. They also seek to ban all three entities from financial investment in New York in general and get restitution for investment. So here's hoping. Jesus Christ.
I assume you've read the numerous times I've written about this, yes?
Yes, absolutely. That's why I thought this would be a good one to, yeah.
So my reaction to this is, wow, I told everyone this would happen almost in exactly this. This is exactly what I said would happen. I said they've been lying since last fucking, November?
Yeah.
I've been saying this for a while. It's been obvious they were full of shit. They were like, yeah, well, it's insolvent, but we'll get back the money. It's like, what are you talking about? I think at the time I said something along the lines of it's like yelling condom before you bust. And that is like contraception now. Like, it's... I actually said it probably smart and good word better than that, but you know what I mean.
I just like the image of someone just going, condom!
Actually, what was great was in my head, I imagined it totally flat, just like condom.
Oh, that's even better.
Like a spell.
Yeah, condom, yeah.
But yeah, it's a real, grinding of gears, very petty thing for me to be angry about. But
yeah.
First and foremost, I got totally left out of all of this FTX bullshit. I got left out of all the stories. I was fucking right about Sam Bankman-Fried earlier than everyone else. No, do they fucking care? No, they don't. No good for old Ed, huh? Also, this DCG thing involves somewhere between, because it was 700 million at first, and then it's like 900 million. Now it's 1 point something. How much money was in there, dude? I
don't think they know. Yeah, I don't think they know.
I think they know enough, but nevertheless, what's insane is everyone's talking about Sam Bankman-Fried in court, which I get is important, but this is also very large.
Oh, yeah.
This is a huge fucking situation. This is one of the only trustworthy crypto companies, just to be clear. Gemini, I do not like the Winklevosses at all. I think they're awful men. I thought so before, think so now.
Right.
But the thing is, it was the institute, they had the licenses that they needed to have. They had acted mostly legally. And in fact, were one of the only crypto companies that really had kept their nose clean.
For a while, yeah.
For a while, other than the extremely conspicuous and obviously terrible fraud.
Right. Sure.
And
everything else was good.
Yeah.
But everyone's just kind of staring at their assholes or reading or queuing up for 5 hours to be in the Sam Bankman-Fried thing to report the same goddamn story that someone else is going to report, ignoring what is arguably going to be a very fucking large thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because remember, FTX stole money internationally. Right. They had much more scale. Gemini was only in America, and they nearly $1 billion. And people are sniffing their assholes and writing about Sam Bankman-Fried going, who cares?
Right.
Someone's reporting it. You're going to have to report it if you're a beat reporter. I get it. But at the same time, this is more important right now.
Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried's being yelled at by a judge. They've got that handled. Have someone cover it as a big outlet. But frankly, I don't know if covering the SBF trial is worth it for small outlets at the moment. I think they should be focusing more on DCG. Because this DCG thing is huge.
Yeah.
Right now, DCG is now... I found this out. By the way, I must add, I did not know about this story. I had not kept up with the crypto news recently, other than my own. And thus, I only found out about this just before we got on. But it seems like DCG is also planning to actually go bankrupt. Yeah. What's significant about that is there was this extremely questionable... I don't know if you read about the... Okay, for the listeners who might not know this, it's exhausting. There was an insane deal that the Winklevosses had offered. One that would basically make everyone whole, but only also give 70 to 80% of the money back to everyone. But it involved issuing a stock.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like this insane deal. And then Genesis, yesterday, they filed for bankruptcy, which means that now creditors, of which Gemini Earn is just one, to be clear.
Right.
They are not the sole creditor here. They will get, it's like 60 to 70% now max.
Mm-hmm.
And that will only be, I think they have to wait until after MYAG suit.
Yes.
So what happened now is, by the way, that money, like they said, we have to liquidate the assets. They haven't said how much there are. In fact, the Wall Street Journal story I said did not even mention that fact. You know, if I was fucking writing financial journalism, I would want to know how much money there was so that I knew what 60, 70% of it was so that I could say, Anyway, I have a day job. I have a fucking day job. A day job.
Yeah.
This is not my job. This is a job that, like, I pitch people whose job this is, but it's just very frustrating because there are many great journalists who are covering crypto. I'm not insulting them by any means.
No.
At the same time, it's like, this SBF thing, cool and all, but this DCG thing has been sitting there at the edge of all of this for months.
Yeah.
God, this is what I'm going to write next week. I'm going to I think I'm actually going to rip the shit out of everyone for this.
As well you should. Yes, absolutely.
Because I think it's time to... Oh, you gave me a newsletter idea. Thank you. Anyway, I've just rambled now. I apologize.
I'm impressed that NYAG James has done as much as they have, because it says in this press release they recovered more than 1.7 million from CoinX for failing to register. Right?
That's crazy.
They secured 4.3 million from CoinCafe for also failing to register as a commodity broker and for defrauding investors. In March, they sued KuCoin for failing to register. So they've been really active.
The thing is, you do not fuck with New York's financial regulators.
No.
You absolutely do not fuck with New York's financial regulators. They are absolutely, fully capable of lighting your asshole up on a daily basis until they have got sufficient damage done, at which point they will arrest you or have you arrested. I fear them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't fear them. Like, I'm not, like, I just use a bank account. Like,
I would be afraid of them were I anyone who was in this field. Yeah.
Yeah, they would be the one group I'd be very concerned about upsetting on account of their manifold powers and their willingness to use them.
Yeah, because they also recovered 24 mil from Nexo and sued, of course, the former CEO of Celsius.
Mashinsky is going to fucking jail.
Yeah, no question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's no question.
Later, bitch.
That's right. R.I.P. Bozo. Kind of shitty, but a good turn of events that the NYAG at least got in there and did some good work. So I'll tip my hat to them.
They should have let Derek Adams say something.
What do you think he would have said?
Well, no, he would have said something insane, is why I would want to hear his cut.
Okay.
He'd be like, these guys are just regular crypto guys that go down the street, they see a nice lady, ooh, mama. Like, have you not seen his recent extremely horny reasons about why remote work is bad?
Yeah. What a bizarre person. Yeah.
I love him. I think he's terrible and awful and terrible in so many ways. But also, I kind of love that he just has the attitude of a cartoon character. Like, particularly, he's like, Hachi Machi, New York is back. Like, it's like one of the hormone monsters from fucking Big Mouth.
Yeah. Oh, he's tugging his collar. Like, hey. There's really no easy segue to go into this. So the main topic for today is we're going to be releasing this episode right after Halloween. So it is still technically spooky month. And Ed, I wanted to get you in on this because this is one of those artifacts of the old web. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where, like, I don't know how familiar either of you guys are with this, but this was something that would pop up from time to time. It won a bunch of awards, which is fucking bizarre. I'm referring to the virtual pet cemetery, fellas, hosted via a group called Lava Mind. Just a truly baffling thing to have existing. So this here, according to the Baltimore Sun in 1998, the virtual pet cemetery is one of the more oddly compelling website attractions to have sprung up along the internet. That's an old way of talking about the web. Like
yeah.
it was an amusement park.
Oh, it's like a neighborhood, and sometimes you knock on a door, you open up, and there's a man stretching out his asshole, and then sometimes you go down the other street, and there's a man selling you a book.
And so it continues. 1 million or so visitors, again, the traffic, 1 million or so visitors find their way each year to gawk at the eulogies posted in loving memory of Misty the Brown Mutt or Moretta and her kittens. Most visitors probably are unaware they've been flagged down by a larger-than-life roadside attraction like a Paul Bunyan statue. See, it's still that same, like, isn't the internet a strange and wonderful place? But yeah, it says, once there, perhaps the tourists will stop by the gift shop, make a purchase. At least that's the hope of the husband and wife design team. Stephen Hoffman and Naomi Kokubo, a couple in their 30s who operate the cemetery as a come-on, probably wouldn't phrase that way, for Lava Mine, their home-based company in San Francisco. Lava Mine, best known for a series of CD-ROM business simulation games for PC, including, and I know you're going to love this one, Gazillionaire and Zapitalism.
Excellent.
Zapitalism.
Zapitalism.
Yeah.
That's some like 2013 holocracy shit. Like,
yeah,
that's some like, there would have been like, what, can you say it again? I've already forgotten.
It's Zapitalism.
Zapitalism, wonderful. Yeah, that would definitely be like an airport book that you'd pick up in SFO for $29.
Oh yeah, and like that the guy who wrote J-Pod or whatever, and I can't remember his name, Douglas Copeland.
It's on a shelf of things that are like a book called like Thinking the Mind Strategy and Mastering the Brain Magic.
Synergy at home and at work.
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So in Gazillionaire, by the way, players putter from planet to planet in funky spaceships, buying and selling commodities in an effort to outwit alien competitors. Zapitalism is a more advanced variation playing out in a tropical archipelago complete with monks and pirates. So these two are, what would you call them? Shareware people? They're like...
It definitely feels like something you buy in a flimsy cardboard box at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Circa 1999.
It's rare to find a game that has the price reduction actually printed onto it.
It's already just on the box, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Saves the stores some time.
So these two decided, for whatever fucking reason, that they were going to create an entire website devoted to people's dead pets. So, so the virtual pet cemetery went from 94 to 2000. I'm surprised it lasted that long. I got to be honest. 6 years is a very long time to maintain a website in these early days. Because, again, you got to pay for it. You got to design it yourself.
No, I feel like websites back then were either a thing you forgot about in a week or they were the thing that destroyed your life.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So this one is very bare bones, but again, it's early web. So, you know, there's a header image, which is really awful CGI headstones. And it's just page after page of people submitting these stories. And again, there's no way to verify any of these. These could be fake as hell, about their dead pets. And some of them are pretty depressing. Some of them are goofy as shit.
I thought this was like people that accidentally killed like their Tamagotchi.
No, not dead virtual pets. It is the virtual pet cemetery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah. Oh, well, I had a completely different idea of like people that like I forgot to feed my Tamagotchi or I flushed my Digipet down the commode.
Had this website been created in 2013, though, it would have sold a television show.
Oh my God, yeah.
This absolutely would have been. Remember the shit my dad said, where it was like, from the beginning, very obviously not a thing a dad like anyone would say.
Yeah.
And then they put William fucking Shatner in it. That's crazy. I'm surprised that anything other than the internet, like anything else involving the internet, got actually funded after that.
Yeah, because
that was such a big whiff.
Well, and like I've said before when talking about that show, is like I'm a Shatner guy. I love Shatner, but like he was miscast. That wasn't his show.
I mean, I didn't watch it because it was an internet show about a Twitter account.
I watched the first 2 episodes and I said, this is not for me, because I'm a sucker for sitcoms and I love Bill Shatner, so I was willing to give it a shot. But yeah, it was.
When's
definitely...
he gonna have his anti-woke turn?
I'm surprised he hasn't. I got to be honest.
Because Neil deGrasse Tyson is absolutely on the way. Like,
you talked to him on your show, didn't you?
I'm well fucking aware. I am so aware of the conversation I had with fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson.
People gave you shit about that.
People give me shit about a lot of things. I had him on, and people were like, "You should have asked him about the allegations I found out long after publishing, which would have precluded me from fucking having him on at all." Mm-hmm. It's like it's dodgy shit, but also the fact that he heard me say, like, I don't know, it just kind of looks like the Boring Company is just making tunnels. And he was like, yeah, but what if Elon Musk was what if he was like Hitler but also cure cancer? What about that?
What if there was a guy? Let me make a proposition here. If there was a man that made a tunnel, but then maybe it wasn't great. But maybe somewhere down the line, he made a tunnel that was okay.
Bordering on a starve from Cumtown hypothetical.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, what if Elon Musk was like the scientist to cure cancer, but also Hitler?
Yeah.
And honestly, in the moment, I just kind of froze and was like,
well, yeah, because what do you say to that? How do you?
Well, I said, like, as the son of a Jew who had cancer. Which is actually true. It's a perfectly true story. It's like,
right,
as the son of a Jew who had cancer, I wish that Hitler would have died before he came to power.
You know what? That's fair. Yeah.
DeGrasse Tyson was just like, oh, okay. And it's just, especially, I guess I just segued us into the 50 minutes in hell thing. I apologize. But
No, that's, hey, look, this virtual pet cemetery thing is fucking depressing. I would much rather talk about anything else. So please.
But it was what people don't realize, because I've really enjoyed doing the show. I'm enjoying it a hell of a lot. It's awesome. But also, this shit moves so fast and you have so little time, especially if it's like a good or a weird interview, of which I've had both.
Oh, yeah.
You are just barely fucking hanging on. Like, I don't mean that in like a manic way, just...
No.
You are paying attention to what they're saying.
But you got your eye on the clock. Yeah, you're going
yeah,
like...
exactly.
Yeah.
But also just like, you're paying attention to what they're saying because you're having a conversation with them.
Right.
And thus, when they say something completely fucking bonkers, especially when you like have already like struggled to get a guest.
Right.
Like you're just kind of like, what? What was that about? Here, look, you're in cancer, Mr. DeGrasse. I didn't even have that. It was also, another thing that I do. I had to get up at 6:30 in the morning for him.
Oh, right. Because, he's all over,
No, he was just like, his assistant. He's a lovely fella. I really shouldn't dog the boy. He was genuinely lovely.
Yeah.
But it was like 9:30 a.m. I'm like, great, because I'd said Pacific multiple times. Mm-hmm. And then just last minute, he was like, yeah, I'm in Eastern.
That's a big fucking difference.
What can I say? The show must go on. Like,
I
had a big guest there. Take the fucking shot, even if I was quite tired.
Sure.
I had to hear this shit about Hitler Musk, like, just...
You got to shrug it off after a certain point. I mean,
which I'm actually glad he said that, though, because that deflected from almost all criticism of just having him on, which was all justified. Had I known about any of that stuff, I would have got fucking no.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like, oh, that deflects because I didn't suck up to him, and also I got him to say something completely insane. Completely unprompted. Like, you cannot, and no one could say that was like a trick.
No, he walked right. He walked in and he sat down.
He walked over there and was like, hey, why don't I do this? I'm like, what?
Yeah. Huh?
Well, what's that about
Huh?
What? Hitler? What? No, I personally disagree, but also, excuse me?
Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah. But no, it's been a lot of fun, though. Very much enjoying being a talk show host, the real dream.
Ed, when are you going to have me on so we can talk about Jack White?
Oh, no.
No, I will try and get Jack White on at some point.
Hell yeah.
That would actually, yes.
I'll be like, Jack, when you came up for lyrics in that one song, you go like, what about just insult him.
To his face.
No, yeah, the Jack White. Yeah, I was over at the Dodgers Stadium and they did this thing. Instead of like weird little fucking troops, they had the Dodgers. I thought it was way better. You should call them and replace your fucking shitty video with it. Jack White. You watch baseball? Just like I'm like slightly drunk the whole time as well.
They're doing the Dan Quinn voice. Hey, Jack White.
Never see a white boy play guitar like that.
Yeah.
And then I just pick it up and I play like complete shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you do the Bert Derner the riff over there.
Cannot even do that.
But I was listening to the one that you just put out, Carrie Byron. Oh man,
Yeah, she's great.
What a get! And boy, she sounded like she was just having a good time, and she sounded like she was disappointed that you had to end the show because I think she said you're a treat, and I would agree. But also like you said something, and I think it's very prescient about your show. You said, yeah, I live by the 15 minutes, I die by the 15 minutes, and.
Yeah, I remember saying that out loud and being like, do I sound stupid? And I think I did, but...
You're committing to the bit. No, it's fine. You're committing to it.
But what
it's
was
fine.
funny, though, I guess, it's funny to laugh at, is also the fact that, like, my latest episode, which is with Seamus Blackley, which will have come out by the time I think this...
Yeah.
That one went to 18 minutes, because... And it's the only one I've been like, I have to.
Yeah. It's Seamus Blackley.
Well, also, as you will hear when you listen to the recording... He's very fucking interesting, and every story he had got weirder and more interesting. Because I asked him about the creative artist thing. He used to run a bit of creative artist. I thought that was like voice actor stuff.
Oh, no. Yeah.
No, he was fucking he was like instrumental to games getting funded full stop. He is the reason there is such a large AAA game industry.
Right.
And this was something that I got out of him after he talked about making the Xbox. He was a fucking middle manager. But he was like, he just met Bill Gates at a party and was just like, and Bill Gates was like, hey, you're a smart guy. He sounds like Jay Leno, I guess.
Hey, you're a smart guy.
You heard this? You seen this?
I want to make a video game system.
Yeah, you gonna come play saxophone on this video game I'm making?
You ever seen the weird thing where he was like rubbing the ears of Quark from Star Trek?
What?
Wait. Jay Leno or Bill Gates? I don't know which one.
Jay Leno.
Oh, no, I don't think I've seen that.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird. But back to my normal show. It's great and Carrie's great, but yeah, you have to stick to that because otherwise, I really don't mean to insult you on this.
No.
There are a lot of podcasts that go for over an hour that don't really have a strong direction.
Yeah.
And some of that is by design.
Yeah.
I work with a podcast company right now, and they made the point like, that is great. People it's almost like having company. I agree. I think that's great. That's not what I want to do. I want a fucking interview show. I'm surprised that there is not an identical show to this where someone with enough like friends just is like, okay, I think I can probably get together enough people. But also, my day job is mostly pitching the media. It's mostly talking to the media and getting them to write about shit.
Right.
That is like my whole job. I'm good at it because I'm generally good at making people feel bad for me. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm generally good at people like finding the thing that someone would like to write about that would also benefit me somehow.
Yeah.
Because the company, like I'm good at the targeting stuff. But a lot of that job comes down to knowing what you're talking about and making the ask very clear. Mm-hmm. And also, most people can be accessed on some level. Actors are probably the hardest.
Yeah.
But that sounds creepy, but also, I don't send weird emails and I don't do shit like calling their house or anything. But
Right.
also, if you can get someone on an email and you can just fucking talk to them and just say like, this is what I'm doing, this is what it is, would you come on? A lot of people are surprisingly amenable, but most of them will say no, just to be clear.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's also much easier to do if you have a very short format. If your ask is like, I need 15 fucking minutes of your time.
Definitely.
It will be, I usually say like 20 minutes. Like Chris Hayes, he was an absolute legend. Probably my favorite episode, honestly. Chris Hayes was, I got him off a Blue Sky, actually.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
And he was great because that interview was like straight up like 15 fucking minutes. And that was so easy for him to do. It was easy he didn't have to fucking do anything. Like, he could move on with the rest of his day without worrying about, like, this. I don't know. It didn't overrun as well. And it sounds kind of lame to say, but a lot of it's basically fucking corporate business. It's just, can you get someone onto the phone to do the thing you need in the period of time you need them to, in a way that's less painful for them and still benefits you? Like, that's crazy to say, but that is also modern guest booking. That's how every single great guest booker works on, like, the varying Tonight shows, for example.
Yeah.
I also really enjoy it. I consider it big game hunting. I'm not shitting you. I have tried Henry Kissinger. I have tried Barack Obama. I have tried Rob Gronkowski, Kelsey Plum. Like, you swing for the fucking fences because occasionally Neil deGrasse Tyson gets back to you. Like that, especially when it's 15 minutes, it's just like, there's almost a level of why not? Like,
oh yeah,
what, like, if this is good and they've had good people, why don't I do this? And in the process, every time they do that, I look better. So really, it's a fun show to do, and also, it's kind of like a game to me. Like, it's like, how fucking big can this stupid, like, how big a guest can I get?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Who is the biggest guy I can get or girl I can get?
Yeah.
Because, you know, for every, like, I got a Jamel from New York Times. Probably get that Jason Conception bloke.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably get him. I've known him a while. But also, I've just known a lot of people for a while. I think maybe this is also just me being like, how many people do I know?
Yeah. So, Ed, it's about time of the show where we show you something nasty.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Shock.jpg.
You about ready for this?
Okay. I really don't want to.
Speaking of PR,
I could have just lied and been like, ugh, gross.
Oh, wow.
Not be, how nasty. And
Yeah. That's fine. You can do that if you want, I guess.
I've revealed the prestige now.
Well, with the magic of editing, we can make anything work.
Sweet can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's going into a oxygen tent that gives him sexual powers. That's that same episode, isn't it?
I do not remember. I don't remember most Simpsons episodes.
Well, it's that part of the show. It's called Shock.jpg. This one's called Ass Pong, Ed.
I don't like that already. Pardon me, there are 2 dogs barking. 3 actually now. I'm at my girlfriend's house in Irvine, California, listeners, and the dogs are pissed because they just heard about Israel-Palestine. However, it's not obvious what part they're angry about, so...
I mean, we can skip this if you want. We can skip the shot.
I would love to skip it. I'm going to be honest.
All right. Well, how about this?
Yeah,
Ed, we're going to do it, and you just have to listen to us go, "Oh, this is bad." And then
that sounds great.
Yeah, because we've got the still image already in front of us. So,
right. Oh, you're already watching? You're already bearing witness to this?
So this is Ass Pong. Ed has decided that he's not going to participate today, and that's fine. Here is a 2 women, one of which.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
One of whom is.
This is what the gloop stuff is really about.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow, that is so many. Oh wow!
Oh, wait,
just
there's more.
Really getting in there.
There's more.
Oh god, there's
a
more?
big one.
Oh no!
So one woman is ejecting a series of ping pong balls from her asshole into the asshole of another woman.
Disgusting.
And then the last one,
is
what appears to be a big red Christmas ornament coming out of the other woman's asshole.
Are you sure that's not just a prolapse?
Oh, you're right. That's that's her prolapse.
That's disgusting.
Jesus
Please
Christ.
stop describing it.
It's upsetting.
It's very upsetting, and it loops.
Now it's looping. Yeah, this is worse than the McChicken.
Also bad.
All right, so breath mint.
It's time for your mom's favorite part of the show. It's time for the breath mint.
Thank you, Jason. I feel I've had a long day, and that just really topped it off with.
It's just, it was like Yeah, I don't even know how to go from there because it's just oh my
This is
god,
vulgar.
that was probably one of the worst ones. I gotta say, like everyone's seen Tub Girl, everyone's seen Goatsy, everyone's seen Two Girls One Cup, but that one for some reason, and I think it was the one woman trying to like make out with the prolapse at the end
Like
was
it was
really.
a chunk of
May I
raw
suggest a potential palate cleanser?
Oh please. Oh please.
All right.
Yeah.
I, for some reason, I was thinking what would be a funny thing to offer here. And I'm going to drop this into the chat. I put the search string Elon Musk and then quotation marks around the words "marry me," and the first tweet is this: "I'm Elon Musk. Send me a follow request if you will marry me." 2 hearts, and it's like a very bad AI drawing where like Elon Musk is just absolutely yoked out. I don't know. I do feel like Twitter still has some of the magic. It still has some of the magic of the old internet in that it's just so utterly broken and shit now.
My dude is caked up. Yeah.
You got like old school internet idiot, like people that would never be there. They would have somehow like they would be something about the old Twitter would have just they would have just got banned somehow, but for a very specific kind of racism.
Yeah.
like making a statement that has not been like a kind of like the Onion put out that thing around the time John Gruden got kicked out of the Raiders, and it was like Jerry Jones in hot water over a statement about the Ottoman Empire, like shit like that.
Yeah.
But these people now flourish on Elon Musk saying like 1,400 slurs for white people somehow. Like they found like a very but I thought this search would be funny because it's lots of people responding to Elon Musk saying, "Will you marry me?"
Yeah.
Which is good. Or would you marry me? Marry me. Marry me, Elon. Elon, please marry me. I could live just watching you beat all of you. Thank you, Priyanka Devadathan. That's great. It's Anne Sankala. Elon Musk, I really don't know what you expect. You once asked me so in the name of equality. Do you want me to ask you, will you marry me?
Well, I think you got to jack him off on an airplane first if you really want that to happen.
No, that would be one horse. You remember he offered the horse? You remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
You heard this? You seen this?
Yeah, you've heard that? Have you seen that?
What's great is there is a Jay Leno Elon Musk thing where he's like looking at the Cybertruck. He's like, "Oh, this is great. This is great. Look at this. Can I drive it?" He's like, "No."
No, he would tell Jay Leno. No, yeah.
And Jay Leno was like, "Yeah, that makes sense." Remember when Drill got in a lot of trouble because of Jay Leno?
I forgot.
No.
So on the day that like Jay Leno did get like badly burned in a car accident, he put out like a Jay Leno related tweet. What was funny was the fact he did it. It was also very poor taste.
Yeah.
But also like the people were like attacking Drill of all people about like being insensitive about Jay Leno.
Dude, are you kidding me? Yeah. Like, have you heard the stuff he said about Monica Lewinsky? He would be first in line to make that joke. It's that time of the show where we talk about stuff that we've been enjoying, watching, reading, etc. It's the Breath Mint, your mom or girlfriend's favorite part of the show.
Okay.
Since you are our guest, Ed, why don't you go ahead and kick us off? Something that's been kind of catching your eye this week.
Well, funnily enough, my girlfriend and I have actually been watching a show called Married at First Sight Australia. So Married at First Sight is this truly, like, actually should not be legal?
It's psychotic. Yeah.
So what it is that it's much like it sounds like you are matched up with these relationship experts who then say, okay, you will be with this person because of these traits we found about you, whatever. Like, we think that you'd be good with this person. The American one is pretty much, you will occasionally get like one oddly smart, one oddly emotionally intelligent man or woman. But for the most part, it's people who are just completely fucking insane or just totally and utterly, like, future con artists of America. There is a season where there's this guy on it called Michael who's like, yeah, I work as a principal and I teach yoga classes. He didn't have a job as a principal. He cleaned the yoga studio. And then he's like, well, here's my job offer letter. And it had, like, his withholding on it. So, like, very obviously faked. And then, but anyway, the American one is mostly just tragic. It's like people who should not be in relationships trying to date, and then they're helped in this very directionless way. They have 3 experts, one of which is a sexologist, which is a fantastic term. And the sexologist and them will occasionally drop in and be like, oh, well, you can't threaten the other person with a knife. You can't drink to start cleaning out. But what I've actually been watching recently, most recent season of the Australian Married at First Sight, which is fucking amazing. Unlike the other one, it's very structured. So each week they have to do something called a commitment ceremony, for example. They have 10 fucking couples, so it's just like wall-to-wall coverage. And for the most part, it's like, oh, slightly heartwarming, like people seem to be getting on. They do like things called like Intimacy Week, which is dorky as shit, but it works for the show. And then but the result of this is they have more heartwarming moments, but also more fucking insane people. Like you have this guy on it called like Harrison, who is this insane like gaslighter guy. In a world where people say that word fairly frequently, he would literally just be like, nah, you're lying. And like the previous scene recorded and aired on television to millions of people was him saying the exact words. And when he's caught, he's like, well, actually what I meant to say is like, but instead of the American one where they're quite meek, the Australian one is the hosts, the sexologist, the relationship expert, and the other one I can't remember the title of. They're fucking brutal. They'll be like, no, Harrison, no. That's enough. You are manipulating her. It's disgraceful. There have been 2 times on this season where they've said, because to leave the show, both of you have to agree, which is also horrifying.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Sounds much like prison.
Yeah.
However, there have been twice on this show where they've just been like, yeah, usually we're like that, but just you can go. You can leave. You don't need to participate in this show. It's just one of the most demented shows I've ever seen. I cannot stop watching it.
Yeah.
Because I'm also a big sap. Like I love. Like, I want to see these idiots succeed, even if some of them should not be allowed outside the house. But also, Australians, I think, are just more interesting than Americans. Like I just don't think. I don't think like Americans have this much weird shit in their lives. But yeah, I've been watching these delightful dipshits be tortured by these TV shows. They did one thing one week where it was like I forget what they called it, but they did like wife swap with the couples.
Oh no.
Which was already quite bizarre. But then they put the horrifying gaslighter guy, the real piece of shit one, with the woman he just have like a screaming match with. And she had to live with him for 3 days. Which then caused her and her partner to have an argument, because her partner was like, what, you're siding with the guy you hate the most in the world? It was just, there's no way this is legal in all countries.
Right. Some sort of law against this, or there should be.
Do this in the Netherlands.
But the best thing is just this show, there's so much of it. There's like 36 episodes a season.
Oh, wow.
It's like reading the fucking Iliad. It's amazing.
And that's like what, a 45-minute episode each week?
No, it's like an hour. It's 2 episodes a week.
Ooh,
You get like plenty of freaky shit.
Yeah.
I can't stop watching. I love it. I want to see what these idiots do. I want to see their lives unfold for my entertainment. I'm a sick puppy. That's.
Well, Ed, have you seen 90 Day Fiancé? Familiar with that?
Of course I have.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, that's the one that immediately came to mind, because some people on that show are fucking psychos.
That
as
show
well.
is insane, though. That's like international marriages.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they finally, like, they've met them.
Yeah.
But then, have you ever watched Catfish, the show, though?
Oh, God, yeah.
That show's so strange, because each time it's so obvious that, in most cases, the person in question is like, yeah, I know they're scamming me. Like, they've come to the conclusion long before the show, but they're like, hey, guy who was catfished once, can I come on the Catfish TV show, and can we go and harass the person that lied to me? And that's what they do. They go and they find them. And then they're like, yeah, why'd you lie? Why'd you lie to them? Why'd you catfish them? What was that about? And occasionally it's something really fucked up, like it'll be like a girl from their school.
Oh, weird. Yeah.
And it's almost worse they found out. Because they're now deeply aware of the fact that someone at school fucking hated them enough to, like, twist their mind. It's that one's dark. That one's real dark. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that one I had to stop watching because at some point it's like, this person's really stupid, or they're about to get hurt really badly, or both.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of a mixed bag.
And usually the people who get hurt in Married at First Sight are justifiably hurt. Sometimes it's someone undeserving. I also did watch Love is Blind. That was the latest season, and that was pretty bad. I watch a lot of dog shit. I'm not a cultured individual.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, not everything's got to be fucking Sopranos, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be, you know,
Never saw
prestige
that.
television. No?
I only saw one episode where, like, Tony, she was had a dream, the psychiatrist. She had a dream that a dog, she got her hand stuck in a vending machine, I believe. Hand stuck in a vending machine, and then she was like, "Yeah, I think Tony's the dog," and it's like, okay.
Yeah, I don't even remember that one.
I didn't go to Harvard or nothing, but I'm pretty sure that was just the dog.
Yeah.
Idiot. Yeah, that was my problem. That's what
Right.
I'm like,
No, I'm sorry.
And that's why I didn't watch The Sopranos.
Not buying it. Yeah.
No, it just came out in a weird time. When did that come out?
99 through like 2005, 2006.
Yeah, I'm 37, so like it was also when I was in England. Like, TV was not as easy to watch.
Oh yeah, pre-streaming it was a lot harder to get. You'd have to get the DVD box set, or like, you know.
I didn't have HBO. It wasn't cool.
Yeah. Brian, what do you got this week for the Breath Mint? Yeah.
Speaking of Australians, last night I photographed a little Aussie band called Amel and the Sniffers. They were in town here in St. Louis at the pageant, and that was a fucking stressful ordeal because I had tried to reach out to their PR people, never got a response. Last weekend, I just took a shot in the dark and emailed the email address on their Facebook profile, which was like some record label, and got an immediate response on a Saturday.
They were like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I was expecting not to get a response. And they're like, yeah, actually, I just CC'd you on email to Robin, their tour manager, and she'll get in contact with you. And then Robin, like 10 minutes later, emails me with like a release. And I'm like, oh, okay, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, man, that's cool as hell.
And
Thank God.
I send the release.
Good for you.
Never get a response.
Oh, no.
And I don't want to bug people. So it's like the show was yesterday, which was Wednesday. Tuesday, I email her. I'm like, hey, just want to touch base, make sure I'm good to go here. And don't get anything. Yesterday, I come home from work, and I'm like, I text my buddy Bert, who booked the show at the pageant. I'm like, hey, when you have the guest list available, if it's not too big of a deal, can you tell me if I'm on it with press credentials? And he's like, yeah, no worries. And then he comes back like, yeah, you're not on there. And I'm like, oh, well, I send him screen caps the email. He's like, weird. He's got his people at the venue, like, talking to her. She's like, yeah, I never got anything. And eventually, my editor got in contact with her, and she was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, this is his email address. He sent you the release. And he's like, oh, it got sent to my spam.
Oh.
So I got approved to shoot this show like 20 minutes before doors. I catch my breath. The first band is this 4-piece from Texas called Die Spitz. They were very good. They were dressed like weird. If like the Pussycat Dolls were in the corrosion of conformity.
Okay.
Like, it was. I don't really like. It was very
I got
southern,
no idea on that one.
kind of trashy lingerie, but also not really. The main vocalist, she sounded like an early Marilyn Manson. Like, it was kind of fucking weird. Like, wow, you got like a really interesting like timbre to your voice, and you can really just like hold these notes when you scream in like a real throaty, like nasty way, like that not a lot of people can do. I'm like, that's really fucking cool. And then and when the Sniffers go on, and my least favorite thing when photographing live music is immediately getting hit with beer. Not even, it's not like, oh man, they're playing their biggest song, I got a little beer on my camera, whatever. It's like they haven't even got to the first chorus of the first song, and I'm like, what the fuck? Someone just put their thumb over their like $8 PBR, and then they shook a beer all over everyone in front. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, how is that fun? How is that? But anyways, Animal Sniffers, in case you don't know, 4-piece from Australia. They're fronted by this little firecracker named Amy Taylor, who is very Australian, and she has unlimited energy. I have seen very few people in my 13 years of photographing live music who just fucking went. And she was like also drinking like a daiquiri while she was doing like jumping around, crawling around the stage, fucking with the security guards, jumping into the crowd. All of this, and she's got like a little frozen pink drink. For all of her running around this big ass stage, she did not knock over.
That's impressive.
No, she's amazing. The rest of the band are fucking tight. They all look like dudes that are like union welders. Like they look like guys that were picked out of a bar somewhere in Australia, and they're just like, yeah, I could play guitar. I could grow a mustache.
I don't think that was the question. They're Australian. They 50% of Australian men pop out the womb on them.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah.
Just kind of what really entertained me about the show was that people have, when they play St. Louis, they have different perceptions of what St. Louis is big for. And the opening band,
the advertising industry before it moved to New York.
Actually. We almost had the fact that we kind of suck as a city because we didn't get the stockyards. The opening band was like, "Oh, this is like St. Louis, the home of Sexy Red." And I'm like,
well,
yeah.
Huh? I don't know what that is.
I actually gonna be photographing her at a arena here. She's a local rapper who maybe she's not good, but the fact that she's so authentically from St. Louis is, I think, what most people find endearing. Like, most people who are in the creative fields of St. Louis at any level try to act like they're not from here.
Yeah.
But she's like, nah, I went to Normandy High School.
Right.
And she comes off like the chick that would have got you in your feelings for getting pissed off about $1.25 restocking fee at Blockbuster. She'd be like, so you tell me you never put a quarter tank of gas in your car? Is that all you can afford at one time? How bald are the tires on that Mercedes? Like, just an endless shit talker.
Yeah.
And, her, like, one of her songs, like, she opens up with the line, like, my coochie pink, but my booty hole brown.
Oh, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
First line of the song.
But the Animal Sniffers come on, and they're like, oh, yeah, this is Blueberry Hill, Chuck Berry. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, the thing when I first started photographing live music in St. Louis is having to tell touring bands that, like, Chuck Berry's kind of a weird-ass guy. And also, Beelzebub is not a cool person.
Maybe she meant Buck Cherry.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I love the cocaine. I love the cocaine.
Yeah.
You're crazy. Did they do Crazy Bitch?
Crazy Bitch. Yeah, that's the same song.
Music for men banned from numerous TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
Music for uncles.
The bad uncles, not the cool uncle. This is bad uncle. This is evil. This is
Music
the dark
for the
uncle
adult
magic.
guys still working at their college radio station.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Same guys.
I got some fucking sick ass photos from that show. Hopefully they'll
Hell
be up
yeah.
by the time this is up over at theartsstl.com. My Ash Nico photos are gonna be up, or they're already up. They've been
Yeah, I
up
was
for
gonna
like
say,
a
they've
week.
been up
Go
for a
check
while.
them out. They're fucking sick. I'm photographing Ludo.
Oh, what's he been doing after Labyrinth?
But
Wasn't joking, but
oh.
Anyways, they were a band. I don't know how that goes.
Walked right past
Anyways,
it.
for
You're
people
like,
that know, they were one of many bands from St. Louis that had like one really big like minor hit and then disappeared.
Yeah.
But they, I think they all have like normal people jobs, and they get back together once or twice a year and play a couple shows in St. Louis. And so I got offered to shoot them Friday night, and I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of that.
Awesome.
And I don't know if I have anything else. Shooting Sexy Red on Monday. Do not know what the fuck to expect from that. Apparently she's pregnant now.
Awesome.
Which is hella St. Louis.
Hood rat shit.
Like,
yeah.
yo, I got a new job. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I'm pregnant. Anyways.
I mean, putting that maternity leave to work. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You'd be amazed how many young ladies I've known to get hired at a job, and all of a sudden, like,
All right, mate. We know you've met woman.
Get on with it.
Yeah. Well, all right, Jason. What?
Yes. So
I'm sorry. I actually did not mean to like dismiss your entire bit.
No, honestly,
It's true. I do know women.
Yeah. I swear.
have to concede that fact, and therefore I must.
That's a really good like woke guy thing.
I swear.
I swear I know women.
Yeah, I think I know a few women.
They do be shopping. So my thing, oddly enough, we're talking about women, is a movie by Alec Garland. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Alec Garland, but he directed one of my favorite movies of all time, the adaptation of Jeff Vandermeer's Annihilation. Mm-hmm. And so his latest film is called Men, and it's yeah, exactly, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a movie about how men are terrible, but it's told in this way. It's ostensibly a horror movie. And it's a movie about a woman who kind of goes off to the English countryside to be alone after this tragedy happens. Her would-be ex-husband dies either by accident or by her hand. We're never really sure in the movie. And so she's kind of dealing with all her feelings and all that. But she goes to this English countryside and starts to get harassed by... It starts as there's like one naked guy in her yard. And then there's another one, and then she goes down to the pub and is like, "Geez, there's this naked guy who showed up," and so the cops come and they get the guy and they arrest him, but they can't hold him for anything, so they let him go. But all of these men in this one town are played by the same guy. It's very creepy and weird. There's like a priest and a cop and the landlord who's renting her this place that she's living in, and they're all the same actor. In different costumes with wigs and all this stuff. And it's a very paranoid movie. And I love paranoid movies. I love movies that make you feel like, what is happening? This one definitely does that. There's an extended sequence at the end, and I'm not going to spoil too much, but I am going to say there's an extended sequence at the end where it suddenly veers hard left into body horror for the last 10 minutes of the movie. And I'm still not really sure what to make of it. I liked it up until that point. Very tense movie. The last half of it is just gross. It gross in a good way, but gross in a way that I like, kind of like Cronenberg style, but like it's unsettling. You know, in the pantheon of spooky movies, if you're looking for something a little surreal, a little gross, a little unsettling, give it up for Men by Alec Garland. So, have you seen any of his other stuff? I know you probably saw Annihilation, right?
I see Annihilation, yeah. I thought it was a kind of an uneven movie.
Yeah.
I liked the book. We read it to each other during me and some friends read it to each other while we were driving through Wyoming on a trip about 3 or 4 years ago, and driving through Wyoming in the middle of the night, and the only thing you can see is a road in front of you and little bits of snow falling down, and you're reading Annihilation.
Yeah.
And talking about weird bear monsters and shit. Oh, it was so great. The movie has some really interesting ideas. I think the bear human raccoon thing is one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen in the film. It's okay. I didn't hate it.
Yeah. It changes enough about the novel to make it interesting, but it also changes enough to make me go, why though? Speaking of why, though, this is a part of the show where we tell people where to find us online. Ed, since you're our guest, why don't you go ahead and start us off? Where can they find you on the old internet?
You can find me at easy.substack.com or where'syourEd.at. I just realized as I was saying that those both go to the same place, so that's great. You can also find me on Twitter at @EdZitron. Blue Sky, I'm just zitron.bsky. Big Gov? I don't fucking know. I actually really don't know how to tell people what my Blue Sky is. It's very
just
annoying.
Like zitron.bsky.app, I think is what.
.app?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's where to find me.
All right.
The person who is not me knows best, which is actually, I don't mean that facetiously. I mean like actually they do.
Yeah.
So listen to them, not me. I'm quite lost.
Brian, where can they find you online?
If folks want to send me some death threats, you can find me on Blue Sky, Threads for some fucking reason, Instagram, Twitter, iShotGuidibor, ISHOTGUIDBORD. If you want to check out my photography portfolio, it's assholemusicphotographer.com. you want to check out some photos with words, that's amusicphotographer.com. If you want to check out the only good media website left in St. Louis, it's the artsstl.com. I got some shit going up there soon. We just had like 32 articles go live, I think, over the last like week or so, which is pretty good because I think like a year or two ago, it was like a third of that a week. So it's growing. It's a good deal. Yeah, I think that's all I got. What about you, Big J?
Oh, hey, you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Videocrime, BIDEOCRIME. Instagram, Threads, yes, I'm there, and TikTok as at LaserGoose CEO. I also have a Substack that is golfwolfmagazine.substack.com. You can find the show itself, 48minutesdogsbarking.com. Email us, Jason at 48minutesdogsbarking.com or Brian with a Y at 48minutesdogsbarking.com. Give us a call, 314-246-9766. That's 314-AHOY POO if you like to spell with your telephone. And you can support the show, patreon.com/48minutesofdogs. Well, that about does for the program. Thank you so much, Ed, for hanging out with us for an extended show. I know we said 48 minutes, but it's been a little bit longer than that, so sorry about that. But
well, what's funny is when my girlfriend asked what the show was called, I said 48 hours of dogs barking. So
yeah, that's about right.
That is also not the name of the show. I'm really nailing it as far as what things are and what they do and where they are. It's the good shit. That's how you know. My brain good, dude.
Indeed. Well, as we always say at this time, namaste and good luck. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good day.